Hello YouTube, Arrow here again. Welcome back to another video, and today we're doing a Windwalker monk PvP guide, and without further ado guys, let's dive right into the talents. First row, Eye of the Tiger, Chi Wave, and Chi Burst. I would go with either Eye of the Tiger or Chi Wave. I used to use Chi Wave, but I go with Eye of the Tiger now simply due to the fact of the dot. And the reason why that is if you've been around my channel for a while, I am not a rogue fan. I hate facing them, so having any dot on a rogue, just it feels good. So I know they can cloak out of it, but if they don't and they vanish, you can get them out of stealth and just wreck their face. So that is the main reason why I run Eye of the Tiger, but you can't go wrong with Chi Wave either. Next row, I feel like everybody's going to pick Tiger's Lust, and I haven't seen anybody run anything else really, and I just don't find any of these other talents that good compared to Tiger's Lust, because nobody wants to sit any roots, let's be honest. Nobody wants to sit in roots or snares, and you'll have your movement speed increase. It's only 30 seconds. You can give it to your team, give it to yourself. It's just overall, in my opinion, the strongest talent in this row. Third row, I would go either Ascension or Energizing Elixir. None of these are bad in my opinion. I go with Ascension simply due to the fact that I like the extra energy, which goes up to 120, and your energy regen will go up faster because energy regen is a pain in the butt sometimes, and when you run out of energy, it doesn't feel good. So that's the reason why I run with Ascension. But if you want to, Energizing Elixir is pretty good as well. Next row is Good Karma or Ring of Peace. Both of these have its uses. Good Karma I feel like is way more useful than Ring of Peace because Ring of Peace is definitely good. It just, in my opinion, depends on the situation a little bit more. So I like having Good Karma because if, say for example, a Warlock decides to pop his cooldowns and Chaos Bolt me, I can just Karma somebody or him, and he'll take, I'll take that increased healing. So it's really, really nice. Ring of Peace, like I said, it has its uses and it could be more powerful than good Karma. It just depends, like I said, kind of on the situation. If you're in Warsong, for example, you can block the tunnel, and that'll be way more useful than having Good Karma, because that could get you a victory. Who knows? You could stop somebody from reaching the flag just by blocking the tunnel. I mean, it has its uses. Or you could block an AV tower and just knock them off the face of the you can knock them off the tower. That's literally about it. And possibly get that back, or have somebody out of the fight, like a healer, for example, who was trying to go up there, and you knock them off, and you wipe them because they didn't have that healer. Or just overall, that's just some examples. So, depending on the situation, Ring of Peace is better in my opinion than Good Karma. But if there's nowhere for like knockoffs and stuff like that, I feel like Good Karma is better. Ring of Peace isn't bad; you can still stand in it and you can get some heals off. But I feel like Good Karma would be better for the extra healing. So, like I said, depends on the situation. Go with whichever is in a better situation. Next row is Diffuse Magic and Dampen Harm. It is kind of similar to Good Karma and Ring of Peace a little bit. Diffuse Magic, if you're facing lots of casters, will be better because you can transfer stuff right back to the target. And Dampen Harm is my favorite over Diffuse Magic usually, simply due to the fact that it affects both of them, reduces all damage you take, versus Diffuse Magic does not reduce melee damage. So Dampen Harm affects both casters and melee. But it unfortunately is a longer cooldown. So, like I said, if you're facing lots of casters, Diffuse Magic. If you're facing like very small amount of casters and mostly melee, Dampen Harm will probably be better. Next row, hit combo. I go with this simply due to the fact that it just increased damage and it stacks up to 6 times. Next row, Serenity or Whirling Dragon Punch. I go with Whirling Dragon Punch because Serenity is so easy to CC now. Like, I used to be a huge Serenity fan, but it's just, like I said, so easy to CC, and it would be pointless to not, like, it would be a waste of a burst if you're going to be CC'd. So, in my opinion, Whirling Dragon Punch is better, simply due to the fact that Storm, Earth, and Fire last longer, and you can just burst them with that. And that, I believe, is it for the talents. Now let's go over to the honor talents. The two mandatory ones I would recommend right off the bat are Turbo Fist, which gives you full Fist of Fury damage and reduces the target's movement speed by 90%, and you parry all attacks, while using Fist of Fury. Some people love to use their stuff right when you use Fist of Fury. Like, for example, rogues sometimes not cheap shot, kidney shot with Fist of Fury up. I've seen people do it. Several people do it. Not everybody is going to do it. There's some smart people, but it just always feels nice when you're pairing with Fist of Fury and they waste your kidney shot because of it. So I would recommend Turbo Fist 100%, if nothing else out of these other two. But the second one I would obviously recommend is Fortifying Brew, because you're going to want more defensives. As your two main defenses will be Touch of Karma and either Diffuse Magic or Dampening Harm, whichever you pick. And then Fortifying Brew will give you that third option. So that's the reason why I recommend it. And yeah, definitely recommend these two. The third one can be a choice. I use Reverse Harm because, for example, you can just go up, start off with a fight here with 2 chi right off the bat here, and you can just build up some chi and then start off with your Rising Sun Kicks and build up some more chi, instant Fist of Fury. It's just overall the reason why I like Reverse Harm. Add to the fact that it gives you some health. So it's just really nice. But like I said, it's not mandatory. You can always switch it out. The only two I would recommend, if you do not want to use this, would be Grapple Weapon and Pressure Points. Pressure Points is awesome because it's basically, essentially, really is an execute. If you get a target to 10%, like for example, if you put Touch of Death on somebody and your entire group blows up that one person and he's at 10%, he instant dies. Even if he gets a bubble up. So like, say for example, you have like 4 guys on one priest and he gets that all his burst up and he thought he was going to die, he instant dies at like 10%, I believe. Anyways, so, and plus you get your Touch of Death back. So it's crazy damage. I love Pressure Points, but unfortunately Reverse Harm is just, I feel like, too good, so to pass up. So these are mainly my 3 honor talents. I hardly ever switch them out, but like I said, you could always switch it out for Grapple Weapon or Pressure Points. Now let's go over stat priority. Stat-wise, I always go with Versatility, which you can see on my rings and my weapon. I have the Versatility enchants. And then Mastery is my second choice, which you can see on my other weapon. And then after that, I go with Crits, and then I go with Haste. And that's pretty much my stat priority. To refresh, Versatility, Mastery, Crits, Haste. Now for traits. This is the interesting part. This is, out of every class I've played, this is I feel like it's the hardest to get traits for my monk. You're gonna want 3 Fist of Fury traits, which are called Open Palm Strikes. You're gonna want 3 of those. And then after that comes the harder part, because you're gonna want 1 other good trait. You're gonna want 1 Glory of the Dawn. You don't need any more than that, just 1. And then you're gonna want 1 Fury of Exune. I like that. And then 1 Sunrise Technique. I've run all of these, and it feels incredibly good on my monk. At least that's my opinion. The hardest part is finding gear with 1 Fist of Fury trait and 1 you don't already have. So, like for example, sometimes I always get Fist of Fury and another Glory of Dawn when I already have 1. So that's pretty much what I run with. Alright guys, up next we will be covering is race, and we're going to be starting off with the Alliance side. These are going to be races I honestly recommend playing. I'm not going to go over all of them. I'm just going to go over the ones that personally have been my favorites and I would recommend giving a shot. First is Human, to get that another second trinket for stuns. So that is pretty strong, so I would recommend playing Human for that reason. Second choice would be Dwarf, because they have Stone Form, which gets rid of bleeds and stuff if you want to get out of there and just remove bleeds and take reduced damage. Dwarf is pretty good. By the way, this is in no particular order. I'm just saying the races that are pretty good in my opinion for Alliance. Night Elf is another powerful one, simply due to the fact of Shadow Meld. You can also just hide randomly somewhere and ambush somebody, or you can just, for example, Shadow Meld a Chaos Bolt. I mean, Night Elf is just pretty powerful for pretty much that reason. Another one I would recommend is Draenei, because they have a ability that gives them self-healing. It's a 3-minute cooldown, but still a self-heal is a self-heal. It's pretty good. And they have a baseline increase to their stat. I think it's agility, strength, and stamina, I think. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Draenei, but I'm pretty sure it's agility and strength, and probably not stamina. So I would recommend playing them. Next is Cultern. This is what my monk currently is right now. And the reason why I say about this race is because they have Haymaker and baseline versatility, which also increases your damage. Haymaker knocks target off the map. I love doing that. It's something I love to do, and I would honestly recommend this race to pretty much anybody. Next is Dark Iron, pretty much for the same reason as normal Dwarf, except for Dark Iron increases your agility when you use basically their trinket, whatever you want to call it. And they also take less physical damage. So if you're facing lots of melee, which most people usually play, it'll be pretty useful. And last but not least, we will cover Horde. I would recommend Hind Mountain Torn because they have Bull Rush, which lets you charge the target for another gap closer. And they also have baseline versatility, I believe. So they're pretty strong, monk-wise. Sandalary Troll, I wasn't sure if I was whether about adding this or not, but with monk mobility, I feel like their abilities could be useful. As many of you know, they have regeneration, which basically gives you heal to 100%, but if you take any damage or deal any damage, it auto cancels. So if you can get away, drop a Transcendence somewhere where nobody expects it, like inside a house, on the roof, and wait for the dots and you can use it, then Xandalari could be pretty good. But for the most part, I don't know. I was not sure about whether or not to add this or not, but I think for Monk it could be pretty decent. Next races. For Orc, they have the extra attack power and reduced chance against stuns. Overall, Orc in general is pretty powerful, so I would recommend Orc Monk for sure, 100%. Last but not least, I think that's pretty much it actually. I feel like the rest aren't necessarily as powerful. Troll, I guess, could be okay because of the extra haste, but it's not necessarily their best stat. Overall, like I said, I feel like the most 3 powerful Monk Orc races for Horde are Orc, Hind Mountain Torn, and probably Xandalari. The rest I just don't seem like are as good. But yeah, let me know if this guide helps you out, guys. And yeah, I will catch you guys for the next one. Hold up, I actually realized I forgot something. I forgot the rotations. So I usually do that on my videos, but yeah, let's go ahead and start off the rotation. What I usually start off with is a reverse harm if you run that, and just pretty much go in there, get a Tiger's Palm, Rising Sun Kick, Blackout Kick, Tiger's Palm, Fist of Fury. And then after that, you pretty much do your Whirling Dragon Punch, and just keep doing your standard rotation. Keep your Rising Sun Kick up at all times for that reduced healing, Blackout Kick for the filler, Tiger's Palm to gain Chi, Blackout Kick, and keep using Rising Sun Kick. Fist of Fury when it's up. That's pretty much the rotation. Burst-wise, it's really kind of up to you. Touch of Death, I would probably try and use it at the start, because if you use it at anything lower, they'll either be dead or they'll bubble or etc. So it just depends. So I'd use probably Touch of Death at the start. But yeah, that's pretty much the rotation, guys. Just reverse harm to get your chi up and it'll heal you. Do your Rising Sun Kick, Tiger's Palm to get chi, Blackout Kick, Fist of Fury, and of course, just use your burst when you pretty much feel like it. If you use Storm, Earth, and Fire, it stays up a little bit longer, so you can just pretty much use that and do your burst cooldowns here with Fist of Fury and all that. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much the rotation. It's just simple stuff. Just as another reminder, keep your Rising Sun Kick up at all times when it's on off cooldown. Blackout Kick for the filler, and of course Tiger Fury when it's up. When they're both when both Rising Sun Kick and Fist of Fury are down, do Whirling Dragon Kick. But if you're running Serenity, your rotation will be slightly different, not by much, but it'll be slightly different. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you out, and I'll catch you guys for the next one.